Hey, Christopher, Terry Dyer here. Left you a couple messages, email, sent you some information via my website over here, which is Realty San Diego. Meet the team. We're right there. That's me. Right there. That's my partner, Debbie Nelson. And she owns Hanson Loans, which is right over here. And she has me as the realtor partner. I'm associate broker there where I do loans. But anyway, that's who we are and that's who I am. And this is the information I got about you from LendingTree, Christopher. And the same information, of course, was obviously sent to 4 or 5 other lenders. And most of those are like big guys like Quicken and Loan Depot and Wells Fargo even. And they have call centers. And so they drop your name and number in that call center. They farm it out to a third-party telemarketing company. And they're just going to beat on that phone until they get you on it. And it's really unfortunate that's the way it works out with LendingTree. It puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And normally they swear off LendingTree forever. But anyway, hopefully this allows me to break through all of that and communicate with you exactly how this all works. All right. So let me take you over here. This is our pricing engine here, and not an engine, but rather this is some software that we license as Loan Sifter. And on here, there's about 147 different lenders in this one example. And what I've done here is 16 of 46 is what we're using here. 16 of 46 investors, and I have a lot of investors, but not many of them are going to be very active on any given day or very competitive. So these are, and when you see these names coming up, it's because they have different programs. So non-QM, full 24, that would be 24 months bank statements. So there's some programs on here that wouldn't necessarily be applicable to you unless you were self-employed. If you're self-employed, then all of this that I'm showing you right now would probably change a little bit. But assuming you're W-2'd or that you can provide 2 years tax returns to substantiate your income, both would result in you being called fully documented income. If you're something other than that, then we'd have to explore different rates. So anyway, what I'm going to be talking to you about real quickly is just how it works, like I've done. 760 credit score, 35% DTI, owner-occupied purchase somewhere in, like, put Del Cerro, doesn't matter, anywhere in San Diego. And so we'll come down here, and the rate here I have 5%. So let's see if there's a better rate available. Let's go down here to New Res. Let's go with New Res and see what they're coming up with. So if we go to New Res, we see up here at 5%, New Res is giving you $7,800 in rebate. But they're also giving you $7,800 in rebate at 4.5. So basically that's the cap. At 4 3/8, the lender is giving you $6,100 in rebate. This rebate before 2010, the legislation called Dodd-Frank, used to go 100% to the broker, and you as the consumer wouldn't even necessarily know about it, but for some mention on the closing statement. Since that legislation, any income derived as a consequence of the rate goes 100% to the borrower. So you get that, and there's no way that you don't get that, just a function of law at this point. So as that rate goes up, obviously, if you wanted to get a no-cost loan, the closing costs are going to be like $4,000. So somewhere between 4 1/4, you'd have about $3,000, and 4 3/8 is that $4,000 number. So what do you do about that? You have $2,000 basically in rebate, more than what you need. It's still your money, right? So that overage, as it might be called, would go to pay for things like taxes, if you have property taxes are due, or homeowners insurance policy, or it would be used as a reduction to your principal reduction, as it's called. But whatever the case is, it's your money 100%. How does Hanson Loans get paid? Hanson Loans collects 1 3/8% on the volume of loans that we send to these lenders. A lot of brokers will charge 2.5% or 3%. And so what happens is look at here, these numbers. See this 1%? See this 1 3/8%? That's 2 3/8, right? Well, that's how much their money there is in that loan right there that the lender's giving back. If a broker charges 2 3/8%, then this 1% moves over here, and there's nothing for the borrower. So we try and be super competitive for the benefit of our buyers, because as I said, deal, well, I didn't say it, but we deal a lot with buyers, not refinancing. So we want our buyers to be able to get into a home as comfortably as possible with as little out of pocket as possible. And since we're often representing them, we're working with their seller paid commission as well. So we reduce this or keep it pretty modest, I think, because it's better for you, our client, right? So that's how we kind of roll here. And like I said, or didn't say, I've been doing this for a long time. Debbie Nelson and I have been partners for 20 years. We have a long, long list of happy clients. Look at the Better Business Bureau reviews or Zillow or Loan or Lending Tree or any place you want to look. But anyway, moving on, let's check this rate sheet out some more, okay? So let's go from 5% to, let's roll down to, let's say 4.25%, okay? And at 4.25%, JMAC pops up. See, isn't it interesting? These lenders, they at different price points, they may or may not be as competitive. So whereas NewRez was more competitive at $7,800, so if I moved up a little bit, he would probably be ahead at the $7,800 rebate. Anyway, regardless, JMAC is a little bit more competitive in their rebate than NewRez, and NewFi is at $3,400. And moving down the list, you can see coming down here, here's JMAC again with a different program, and this is a different investor. And this investor really doesn't want to do the loan. And we even have a more modest commission on this loan too. So anyway, we can move all down this list of lenders and all the different programs, and none of it really means anything because these guys are the most competitive. So let's go with a 4.25%, no cost. We could do that, and 4.125%. There we go. JMAC is the winner. Okay, so it would be about 4.125%. We could do that for you at no cost. That would be a 45-day lock too. Well, I forgot. It's a excuse me. It's a purchase. So on a purchase, title and escrow are going to be a lot more expensive. So this would not be a no-cost loan. Title and escrow will probably be twice this number on a $900,000 purchase. Your closing costs will probably be like $7,000. So this will pay a big chunk of it. And the money that I give you from the commission, assuming that I represent you, would be like, well, it'd be $5,000 because it's under $1 million. So it'd be $5,000, and well, I don't know, whatever you want to do with that $5,000. A lot of people use it for closing costs, but I'm just going to give you a check or credit. I'm going to actually credit it to you through escrow, so you'll have it a check or credited towards your closing cost through the close of escrow. Anyway, so that's how the pricing works. Now, if you wanted to do something like an ARM, a 5-year ARM, we could do that. Let's do a 7-year ARM. Let's do a 7-year interest-only ARM. And see if we can do that with the 20% down on a purchase. Yeah, people don't want to do it. See, look at the cost for that. Just not a popular loan. Let's see if we can do 5 years. Okay, let's get rid of the interest-only option. Okay, so if you wanted to do a 5-1 ARM as opposed to the 30-year fix, the 30-year fix would be at 4.125% with about $3,600 cash back. Or you could do the 5-1 ARM, which would put you at a no-cost loan with $11,000 cash back. Or you could come down here and do 3 5/8. To see the payment there is $37.80 at 4.125%, right? $37.80 versus, so it's $230 a month. Wow, it's $230 a month less to go this way. So, hey, whatever you want to do, whatever works out best for you, we can do that. Just this is how it works. There's no fluff in here. I'm not making any extra money or anything. You know, it's very just transparent. So that's the program. Hopefully, Christopher, I'll get a chance to talk to you. Have a great day. It's Friday for you. Hopefully, you have the weekend off. But, you know, for me, I'm always available. So you give me a call. Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Talk to you soon.